Now this card, the Tower, is associated with sudden change or revelations. In this case, it's about the Switch 2. Welcome to Triple Click, where we bring the games to you. This week we talk about our predictions for 2022. And the person who got the most predictions right gets to make the other two people play a game of their choice, and you know how this works, right? Plus we make 2023 predictions too. I'm Maddy Myers.
I'm Jason Schreier.
I'm Kirk Hamilton, and hello and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Hey.
I predict that we will have an excellent episode of Triple Click for you all today.
Wow, Jason's already out front.
Thank you
Got one prediction nailed.
so much for reassuring the listeners as to which episode this is, because they've just been out there panicking every week. Is
Right.
this it?
Right.
Is
Yeah,
this
we've been getting tweets saying, hey, where's the prediction? I thought
We
this
got
was
at
the
least
hell
one
is it?
tweet.
Is this the prediction episode?
Well, we're finally here. Now the person who's been guessing every single week, is this
Every
the prediction
week.
episode, is spot on. One out of 50. You got it.
You got the prediction right. You
finally,
nailed it.
Finally,
Good
it's the
job.
predictions episode, and it's the greatest and most competitive episode of the year. And if you like listening every week, wondering if it's going to be the predictions episode, you might be thinking to yourself, wow, I'm really into this show. I love it. How could I support it even more? And I also love that there's no ads on it. And I like Maximum Fun as a network. That's cool. Well, you could go to MaximumFun.org/join and you could become a member. And if you were to do that, then you would get bonus content for every podcast, including our own. Even if ours is the only one that you choose to financially support, you can still get access to the entire bonus feed. And we put out an episode every month, personally. So we
You
just
could safely
did one.
predict that you would get an episode from us every month.
God.
And you
Every
get that
single
prediction
one.
right.
Just
You don't
good
need
stuff.
to predict it. You can expect it because
That's true.
we do that.
That's
and
true.
Our most recent one was a Beans cast. We spilled the beans about Andor. That was our most recent one, right?
Really
I feel
good.
like
Yes,
I've
it was.
Yes, really
really
good,
been
really good
off in
stuff.
terms of the passage
fun,
of time.
fun conversation.
lately,
Yeah, time
but-
gets a little wobbly here at the end of the year.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but Andor is the most recent one that we did. But we have many other bonus episodes in the feed. So many. We did a Beans cast on the second Horizon game, God of War Ragnarok. There's a bunch of old ones. There's ones where we talked about our childhood favorite games. Anyway, MaximumFun.org/join. Become
where
a
you wanna do
member.
that. Yeah.
Get more Triple Click than you already get.
Which everyone should just be constantly craving more Triple
I
Click.
mean,
We always
they
leave people
are.
wanting more.
They
All right,
are.
let's get to it. People are eager to find out who won last
I
year's
know.
bet.
We have a lot to
So,
get to.
Yes.
We have a lot
We
to get
do.
to. Today, we are going to go over our predictions from last year, see who got the most right. And we're also going to make predictions for 2023. So quick refresher. So at the beginning of every single year, all three of us make 10 predictions plus a bonus prediction these days. And whoever gets the most right gets to pick a game that, well, has already picked a game that the three of us will then play throughout the year. So each of us at the beginning of 2022 made predictions and picked a game, and we'll be going through those, and then we're going to do new ones, start from scratch. So the rules are we're going to go through one by one. Each of us is going to say our game and go through each predictions. You can advocate if you think that your prediction should be a winner, and the rest of us are like, no. And
There's no
basically
half
it's-
points, by
no
the
half
way.
points, no
No
half
half
points,
points.
and it's a 2/3 vote essentially. So you just have to sway one of us to see things your way. And without further ado, let's see who won this year. Kirk, first, let's start with you. Give us your game and then your predictions.
Yes.
Great, I get to go first. I always go first, and then I take forever, and then the two of you need to rush through things. So I'll try to
it's
go
fine.
fast.
So make
through
it
my
speedy.
predictions. This will be it. I'll also put my predictions out of their misery because I did not do well.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I don't think.
Start with your game
so-
and then give us the
Yeah, what was your
predictions.
game?
The game that I had picked was I had initially picked Alan Wake, and then I changed my mind the next week, and you two allowed it, so I changed my mind to Dead Space 2, which would have
Which
been
is
really
kind of
cool.
sad because we didn't play Alan Wake either. Like the
No,
reason
I
we
know.
made you change that was because we were like, we're totally gonna play Alan Wake remastered. We didn't.
I didn't even realize that came out. So
I know. We messed up.
Yeah, it's not like there were that many games last year either. But anyways, there will be a Dead Space remake that we'll play this year, so that'll be my consolation. As much as I'd love to play Dead Space 2 with you all, so that was my pick. And here are my predictions. My first prediction was Nintendo will announce what they will call the Switch 4K model. I believe that's what it was.
Yeah, we made you stick
And,
to the name. That was the point.
Yes, because it wasn't just
stuck.
that they would announce a new Switch. So, no, I got that one wrong. That's a big no. Next, Hollow Knight Silksong will be announced and released on the same day. It breaks my heart, but no, I got that one wrong as well. Next one, Valve will announce a new non-VR Half-Life game for 2023. No, that did not happen either, unfortunately. That would have been cool, but no.
But I mean, they all would have
Next.
been cool.
I mean, that's true, I guess. Most of these are things that I was hoping would happen and not things I didn't want to happen. Next up, a new in-canon Matrix video game will be announced. I liked this prediction.
That should have happened.
Yeah, I think it was just kind of a fun one that I wished had happened, but it didn't. It did not happen. So that's a big no. Next up, a studio or major segment of a studio will successfully vote to unionize, and it cannot be Activision Blizzard. Like it can't be Raven Software, for example.
Because when you made this prediction, they had already been doing it.
Yeah, so I think I made this prediction after Vodio Games unionized,
Yes,
and
you
then so they don't.
You said,
count.
well, your prediction was specifically one of the big.
It needs to
game
be like a
publishers.
big one, and so that is a no. Am I correct in that
So,
did not happen? Or
If there
did
were
it?
half points, you might get one because ZeniMax workers said
Yeah.
they were going to unionize, but they have not voted yet,
Okay.
so they do not have a union just yet.
I think that would be a no then.
I
Unfortunately,
think so too. Yeah.
I kind of thought this was when I saw this prediction, I was going through and I was like, surely I feel like I saw so much union news, but it's
Yeah.
really a very like smoke, smoke, smoke and no fire thing, which feels like we're so close. Like we're so close to this prediction being
Well, the
true,
ones
but
that
it-
happened were all at Activision. That's the thing.
That's right.
The
Yeah, that's
successful
true.
ones so far have all been within Activision Blizzard.
But it is very, I mean, I guess to continue the fire metaphor, it does seem like the kind of thing where there will be a spark. And I think, Jason, you've both said this, but Jason, I'm remembering you saying this, that basically once someone unionizes, the benefits of that will quickly become apparent and it will be a lot easier for other studios to get into.
Yeah, what
it.
I've said is
Yeah.
once they form a contract, once they have a contract
Yes.
that shows what they get out of it. And so
That's the really hard part because there's no deadline for the first
Yeah, so that
contract.
could be
So
a
it
very
could
long
just go on
time.
forever and ever until they get one.
Right, which we have some
management
experience
can string
with.
you along.
We do. Yeah.
And it was, I mean, even though we had a very supportive, generally pretty supportive management for our union drive, this was at Gawker Media when we unionized, and we
The
were the
first
first
time,
digital outlet to ever do that. So I didn't know what it meant, and whatever, this is a tangent, but I didn't know what it meant to have a union contract, and that is
And
the
how hard
tangible
it
thing.
is.
You look at
Yeah.
it, and then you're like, oh, okay, so like now all this stuff is guaranteed. Well, that's actually pretty nice. And then other people can look at it and be like, well, I want that at my job. That sounds great.
Yeah.
So anyways, it hasn't happened, but it does seem like it'll be a bit of a small rock leading to an avalanche kind of a thing. Okay, so moving on with my predictions. So that's a no. Moving on with my predictions. The world of Elden Ring will turn out to be connected to a Song of Ice and Fire.
That would have been so fun.
I know, and it didn't happen.
Is there not an Easter egg in there?
Yeah,
Really?
but like I think it would have taken more than just a
Okay,
little
fair enough.
reference
Like a
to
little
Valeria.
nod.
I mean, I guess a reference to Valeria would have counted, but something like it's like that Berserk sword that's in all of Miyazaki's games. Like that doesn't mean it's actually in the world of Berserk, right? Like so, not something like that. It would have needed to be like an actual thing, and that did not happen. So that's a no. Valve will announce a Steam subscription service. Jesus, that's a like ambitious prediction. That did not happen.
I don't know. It seemed plausible. I feel like anything seems plausible.
It's actually
Sure.
your next one is the most ambitious, implausible one of all.
Yeah, well, this one is like me trying to disaggregate. So this predict that. So, anyways, Valve will announce the Steam subscription service. No. Next one is a new game will use the blockchain in an interesting way, in a way that we think is cool.
remember a year ago.
Did not happen. But well, it's funny because we were so talking about NFTs a year ago, and it's wild how quickly like, things have
irrelevant
moved
they've become.
beyond
Oh,
this.
how badly it crashed and
I was
burned.
watching Mythic Quest and they were talking about NFTs and I was
Yeah,
like,
they
wow,
have
this
a whole
already feels
plot line
dated.
making fun of it. Yeah.
It's funny
Yeah.
because Square Enix just put out like a letter from their
I
CEO
know.
this week saying they're
Recommitting
all in on
to
blockchain.
NFTs.
Yeah,
They're like, we
yeah.
can't wait to make more NFT games.
and there's-
And everyone's like, what?
Yeah.
The
Why?
thing is that like the block that like I'm trying to disaggregate blockchain and like Web3 just like like
Yes.
decentralized technology from cryptocurrency and NFTs, because like they don't actually or have to be considered the same thing. So I was doing that as a mental exercise, and then was like, well, wouldn't that be a fun prediction? But no, that did not happen. That did not happen this year. So 2 more. The next one is Harmonix will bring back Rock Band in some form. This did not happen. There are more and more musical experiences in Fortnite that seem to have Harmonix's fingerprints all over them, but they are not Rock Band. So that one is a no. And finally, Sony will announce that Bluepoint is making a PlayStation 5 Bloodborne remake. The saddest no. The saddest.
Did you get 0
buzzer.
points?
No,
So I got
for-
0 points.
What about your bonus?
Zero.
Wait, the bonus. Let's
Yeah.
see
Oh,
if
you're
Kirk's
right, of
bonus
course.
is right.
That one totally could have happened. My crazy prediction, which would have been worth 2 points, was that a video game AI or a video game character will become sentient.
Yeah,
Which didn't happen, but which I was explaining to you both off air before we recorded, that there was the guy at Google who was claiming that Google's like chat learning model was sentient, even though it is not sentient.
That we know of.
We're closer to that
we
happening.
know of.
All right, Kirk with a
So I got a
whopping
big,
0.
fat goose egg.
Oh.
0
All
for me.
right, Maddie,
That's sad.
take us away.
Okay.
Start with your game and then go through your predictions.
Sure. So my game for the bet is the 2010 game Perfect Dark, which I think is still on Game Pass. Anyway, it's playable.
This is a
And-
remake of the N64 game, correct?
The 2010 version of Perfect Dark. Very fun. So my first prediction, we will see a Metroid Prime 4 trailer this year. We didn't.
Nope.
2, Bobby Kotick will not step down or be fired from his position as CEO of Activision Blizzard. I won this one.
Correct.
You got it.
Yay! Number 3, someone will confirm the Switch will get a hardware refresh, but it won't come out in 2022. No one has confirmed this.
Yeah, no.
Unbelievably.
In fact, there's like new reporting that there isn't one coming. I feel like that's the latest rumor I saw.
That it was canceled. Yes.
Yeah, that it
is
was
just
canceled.
not happening. I think, did all 3 of us have Switch hardware refresh related predictions? I feel
Yeah,
like
that
we
was a hot
keep
prediction
waiting for
that
this
year.
one. But yeah, anyway.
I did not.
Didn't get it. Number 4, this is one of my classic replacement predictions. Nintendo will announce a game starring Princess Peach. Obviously didn't happen.
Nope.
Number 5, the Mario animated movie will include a joke implying Mario's mushrooms are drugs. So when I made this prediction, the Mario movie was actually supposed to come out last year, and it got delayed to 2023. So that certainly complicated the prediction, but we saw so many trailers and footage from this movie.
We've seen
And you
half the
guys,
movie.
I was on tenterhooks for every single trailer and clip. I was like, please make a joke about how the mushrooms can get you high. Did not happen.
It's like such a kid appeal, like kid friendly movie. I don't think they would do
it
that.
doesn't need to be
Oh,
overt.
it's an Illumination movie. That's exactly the kind of hacky joke that they
Yes.
would make. Oh,
Okay.
magic
All
It
right.
feels like it would
mushrooms.
fit right in. Anyway,
yes.
it's not in there. I lost the prediction.
Maybe it will. Either way, you'll still be wrong, even if it does happen.
Yeah, it could
Yes, I
still
know.
come true. Agree.
It could still come true, but spoilers for my future predictions, I did not include this one.
Right,
Number 6, the Master Chief TV show will not show Master Chief's face. This is hilarious because not only did they show his face,
They showed his dick.
they showed his dick, but also they did flashbacks to like child Master Chief. They showed
Yeah.
like his full life story. Like they went so far the other direction. They were like, we're going to humanize the heck out of Master Chief. You are going to get to know John in ways you've never gotten to know him before. I was like hilariously wrong about this prediction.
I don't think they actually showed his dick. I didn't watch it, but I
He
know
does
that
have a
there
sex
was
scene,
he
though.
had sex, and I'm just imagining. I really like the version of this where your prediction is correct, and he kept his helmet on.
And he also kept his helmet on the head of his dick as well. Like he has a little helmet
It would have
on
to be.
that
It would have to
head.
be a scene where like he talks. I haven't seen it, but he talks to the woman and he's taking it off, and the woman is like, "No, keep it on."
the helmet on.
Yes.
Incredible.
Oh, man.
Anyway, none of that happened, sadly.
Oh well.
Number 7. Now, this one, I'm really at the mercy of the court, folks. By this time next year, it will be possible to just buy a PS5 or Xbox Series X.
So here's where you have to show your work. So can you go to Target.com right now or whatever and buy both?
You
I
can,
believe you can,
depending
yes.
on where you live. So there is a very good and comprehensive article at Kotaku by Levi Winslow called Getting a PS5 or Xbox Series X is sort of easier 2 years later. And this article was written on December 23rd. So this is during the Christmas rush.
Okay.
So I would say that biases things a little bit. But even during this time period, Levi called a ton of stores, by the way. Really, like, getting on the phone
work.
is what this article is.
Thank you, Levi.
Yeah, and at Target in Manhattan, there were PS5s on the shelf when Levi was making these calls, which is interesting. However, Walmart didn't have them, Best Buy didn't have them, but you could order them online. So this is kind of a tricky scenario. Like, you can order both of these things online. Depending on where you live, or if you're lucky, you might be able to go into a store and buy them. My friend Todd Harper walked into a GameStop randomly earlier this year and bought a PS5 on a whim. I thought that was crazy, and that moment made me think to myself, I'm going to win my prediction. This was a few months ago. Citation, a real person that I know. So I kind of feel like I won this, but I also get why you guys would say I didn't. Because you kind of need to order it online.
The spirit of the prediction is that, like, the crisis is over and it's easy to just buy one, right? Like, that would be my kind of like interpretation of what you predicted. And I don't know if that's the case.
I think that it is the case. Like, I think that just in general, buying electronics right now is like a little bit of a weird world of availability and ordering online and like weird workarounds and stuff. But I think that's just true across the board in a way that maybe is just true of the world now. And that feels separate from this prediction, and that in the spirit of the prediction, like, if I wanted a PlayStation 5, I could buy one now. I think I just kind of could. And an Xbox,
First of all,
too.
the Xbox, easily available. So this is really just a question about the PS5, which is more popular, seemingly. And the fact that when Levi called before Christmas and Target had PS5s on the shelf, that to me is like, if you want a PS5, you can buy one.
I'm convinced. I think this is a yes.
I think it's a yes, too, but question is Wario 64 still posting when the PS5 is available?
Of course he is. But he's posting when Mario Odyssey is on sale.
You got it,
like,
Maddy,
come on.
You got it.
You did.
All right, thank you guys.
So
that
that's
is a point for me.
So far, 2 points.
Okay, number 8. The Steam Deck will have a significant problem with its launch.
You should get negative points for this.
I know.
Yeah, in fact, it'll be like the most incredible thing.
The greatest thing ever. I feel like this was a good prediction, though.
Oh, sure.
No, it was a great prediction. It was, and it actually, you seemed like you were on track to be right before I got a review version, and it was super janky at that point, but they nailed everything down just in time for launch.
Valve really turned it around.
And also, you predicted a hardware problem for the most part, so
yes,
as opposed to UI stuff, which can be fixed pretty easily. And I mean, Steam Deck was in great shape.
Absolutely. Number 9. By this time next year, we will say NFTs are a failed trend in games.
So
that was the spirit of my prediction, and you guys made me amend it further.
Made you, because at that point, I remember. Well, I actually re-listened to the episode. My point in response to that was we'd already say NFTs are a failed trend in games at this point last year. So I made you specify at least 3 major game studios will say. Our game publishers will say they are no longer pursuing NFTs in games. So here's where you have to show your work if you think that is the case.
Yeah, I think it is. So Digital Trends has a pretty good rundown of every canceled NFT video game project that I can send to you guys. Stalker 2 is probably the example most people know best. Sega did one as well. The Ubisoft one is a little shaky because although Ghost Recon Breakpoint did get canceled, Ubisoft has claimed they're going to continue to try to make NFT projects. So.
Yeah, well, hold on. For you to win this, I think you have to bring up 3 major game publishers and be like, this one, and this one all said we are no longer pursuing NFTs. That's the criteria.
So are you not counting Stalker 2 as a major game? You don't think GSC Game World is major?
If there are 2 other big ones.
Let's talk about this criteria. My only issue with that criteria is that no publisher will ever say we are not pursuing this possible avenue for money. Like, that's not a thing publishers would ever say about anything.
Yeah, they do. Like, I think...
Did someone say that about NFTs?
Yeah.
I mean, people have
Stalker
said,
2 did. Like, they said, quote, we've made a decision to cancel anything NFT related in Stalker 2, which is about as clear as it's ever going to get.
For like a specific game. I think that's sufficient for me. Like, it doesn't have to be like them saying we're never going to pursue NFTs forever.
Hold on. Stalker 2, that happened in December of 2021, a month before you made your prediction.
All right. We'll move on to Sega.
Okay.
Well, you
We're
need
not
to have
counting soccer,
three.
too.
You need to have
I
three
know.
examples. Okay.
I've got a whole list here. I'm not
Okay.
counting
Okay.
Discord because I'm assuming we don't think Discord is gaming related, even though I would say it is.
It kind of is,
Okay.
but they don't make games, so no.
Let me click on the Sega thing. I didn't realize my dates were off with
Yeah,
Stalker
hold
2.
on. Sega says it will scrap NFTs if gamers think it's a money-making scheme. January 5th, 2022. Our episode was January 6th, 2022.
Oh, that counts though, because that's like
Yeah,
you
but I
made the
made the
prediction
prediction
before
the
that
day
happened.
prior.
Okay, but the
We
point
recorded
that I'm
late.
making, you guys see that, like the point I'm making is that at that point there was already tons of
You
backlash.
let me make
We
the
were already
prediction.
saying,
Yeah, but the prediction exists.
well, I made you the prediction with the criteria that three major publishers would say that they're no longer pursuing it.
Okay, that's close enough though to when Maddie made the prediction. Like that timing is fine.
Well, do you have two other big ones, Maddy? That like two other examples of big companies being like, "Hey, we're not doing this anymore."
I mean,
This is a lengthy pause.
okay, so EA did an earnings call in February where they backed off NFTs, but the quote is
Okay.
not, it's not as good as I'd like it to be, but here's what it says.
Okay.
This is from CEO Andrew Wilson from EA. I believe that collectability will continue to be an important part of our industry and the games and experiences we offer our players. Whether that's as part of NFTs in the blockchain, well, that remains to be seen.
No way.
We're going to evaluate that over time, but right now it's not something that we're driving hard against. So
Right.
that's like he's leaving the door open for NFTs, but backing off.
Right, that's
Ghost
the thing.
Recon
I think
Breakpoint is the example that I think is the better one of these.
But again,
Right.
well,
'Cause it was
no, Ghost
canceled.
Recon, it still has it.
I thought they pulled Breakpoint off of servers.
No,
Are you sure?
still, you can still buy it right now.
Jason's like, I'm buying it. I just paid.
You can
Money
go to
for
the
it.
Epic Game Store right now and buy Ghost Recon Breakpoint Standard Edition. I think this is a no. And I think that the reason that the criteria were so strong is because we already were saying that NFTs were a failed
Yeah,
trend.
so I think unfortunately this is, and I think that there's like a fatal flaw in the prediction, and that is just that it required game publishers to completely rule out something, which is just not something that they are constitutionally capable of doing. Like no one at a publisher will be like, we're never going to pursue NFTs. They would be like, we're still weighing the options. They would say something like EA said.
Well, I mean, or if three different game companies put out NFTs, like announce games with NFTs, and then backtracked on those specific NFTs, that would count too.
Right.
I mean, I made a similar prediction.
Right, you have a similar prediction.
That's
Jason,
wrong.
which also didn't come true.
But they did backtrack on it in Breakpoint.
No, Maddy, I don't think that there are enough. Like, I don't think this is concrete enough. And again, I think we were all shitting all over NFTs at this point last year. So I don't think it's like, oh man, NFTs, everyone thinks they're hot, but we're gonna zag against it. Like,
Yeah, I think okay, so I'm getting some clarity here. Like I'm trying to really judge it because like your initial prediction is absolutely true, which is by this time next year NFTs will be a failed trend. But what Jason is saying is also true, which is that was already established going in, and that was why you had to add additional criteria.
Exactly.
And then the additional criteria are like 3 major games have to be like, we're pulling NFTs, like we're not doing this thing, like in a really clear signal. And you kind of got 2 and like 1 had already happened. And it's just like not quite like 3 solid examples.
And
as
we're not
close
counting
as it
Discord,
is.
basically.
Right, because Discord isn't a video game. Like it's and it would need to be 3 games.
And they have to be 3 major games. That's the
Yeah,
other
it'd have
thing.
to, like it'd have to be pretty clear. And like the Sega thing works, and then like it's like a little dicey after that, even though like it feels like it should have happened.
Well, we'll agree to disagree. I would say I won this prediction, and I think the listeners will be on my side, but it's fine.
Maddie enlisting the triple click army.
It doesn't matter if they're on my side. That's not how you win.
It kinda
I have to
matters.
convince the 2 of you, and I've failed to do so.
I think sometimes we risk, just because of the nature of this, it's a year later, we risk forgetting what the climate was like. And I think you guys, or Maddy, you might be forgetting just how avidly everyone was like,
I see,
NFTs
that
are
seems
the
like
worst at
revisionist
this point.
history to me, where
I
it's
said
like,
it. If you re-listen to the episode,
I
my
did.
immediate reaction
We
is
all re-listened to
NFTs
the
are already a
episode,
failed trend.
Jason.
Yeah, we all re-listened.
Whatever. All right.
Okay.
I've lost this one. Number 10, Overwatch 2 will announce a second playable black female character. Lost this one too. Instead, they were like, "Do you want another Asian woman?"
So it was just
Well, they put in the Junker Queen, and then they added in what's her name, Kiriko.
okay. And then what's your bonus prediction?
Oh, Waluigi will get a video game, and he didn't.
He did not. Okay, so you
Very
have
sad.
2 points.
So I have 2 points.
Okay, so Maddy, you have 2 points. Kirk is
I
0,
have 2 points.
and now it's up to me to see if I can beat or tie Maddy with my predictions. Let's go.
Oh, boy.
My video game is StarCraft 2. So if I win, we will play one campaign to be decided between the three of us in the trilogy, and then we'll also play a little multiplayer, maybe stream a little multiplayer. All right. Number 1, Disney will cancel Star Wars Eclipse. This did not happen, as far as I know. Although another Star Wars game did get axed, or at least transferred developers. I don't think it'll ever come out. 2, Silksong will be re-revealed and released on the same day. That did not happen. 3, Apple Arcade will shut down. Nope. 4, Destiny will get a TV series. Nope. Although I think that'll still happen, like this year or something.
It seems plausible.
5, a major publisher will announce to release an NFT game and then cancel it within the next few months. Nope, that did not happen. Microsoft will announce 6. Microsoft will announce a new Xbox console. That did not happen. 7, Bobby Kotick will still be CEO of Activision at the end of
Ding, ding,
2022.
ding, ding, ding. He gets it.
Correct.
That one is correct.
Number 8, and I just want to say I gave you guys both ample opportunity to potentially veto this one.
Man.
We
Number 8.
almost
Listening
did. We
back
came
to this
so
was-
close. Listening back to this was
This is
torture.
the roughest moment.
Torture.
It's very hard to listen to.
I
Of me saying
talk about
over and
this. I
over
can't
again,
talk
this
about
is going to happen, this is going to happen. And then it
Why
happened.
did we allow this?
Madden 23's cover will be John Madden with no players and no alternate covers, which we added to make it more difficult.
Okay, but Betty White isn't on the cover.
Even worse. I'll say even worse. There are 3 variant covers, and they all have
all
John
him.
Madden on them.
Which is just, that should be extra points for me, really.
No.
for
No, it
calling that.
shouldn't.
It should be no points because we never should have allowed this to happen.
No, I know. But we did, and that's on us.
It
So
is.
you get this one.
Even in the moment, we're like, why are we
Once
allowing
again,
this?
I gave you guys, I said,
Yeah, no, I know.
I said
know.
like 3 times. You guys
Yes,
already know.
yes. This is absolutely
Jason,
our fault.
you get to crow with victory at
So
this
that's
Yeah,
2
you got
points. 2 points.
Yes.
2 points for you so
It
far.
all comes down to this next couple of predictions. Will it be a tie or a win?
I don't know.
Dun dun dun. Number 9, both Sony Santa Monica and Guerrilla Games will release and announce new games this year. Man, I was so close on this one.
You
Guerrilla
were
Games.
very close.
I know.
Guerrilla Games
very
released a
close.
game, and then almost immediately after our show announced their VR game. Sony Santa Monica
Yup.
released a game.
So you were
but-
like, yeah,
yeah, I was
everything's
so
coming up,
excited,
Jason.
But
Yeah.
Sony Santa
that was
Monica did not
crazy.
announce anything else. This
No,
year.
there was like a report that they posted like for hiring for like a unannounced game, but it was not an
I know,
announcement.
because like Corey
No,
is
it's not an
working on
announcement.
something else.
Yeah, because Corey
and
Barlock
everything.
has been very
yeah.
clear that he's working on something else.
They just
Yeah.
haven't announced it.
hiring
Have
requests
not
do not
announced
count
it.
as announcements.
So that's a no. And we were very specific that this has to be both announced and release. Number 10, Nintendo will release remakes or remasters of Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, and both Oracle games. None of the above happened.
Yeah, very
What's funny
much
is
didn't
that
happen.
I think Kirk, it was you, it was like, oh, of course that's going to happen. And I was like, no,
Well,
I'll
'cause
make
it
it
had
all
been-
4. Yeah.
Really, it was not. Of
Yeah,
course, that's
'cause it
going to
had been
happen. It
kinda
was.
rumored. Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
Yeah, that we were denying things based on rumors, and that thing
Yes.
had been rumored forever.
And so that's
was
why I
kind
stuck
of-
in all 4. But regardless, it didn't happen.
That's why it's funny to listen back, like the things that were like, that's so obvious that then
Yeah, that's
don't
so
happen.
obvious, and then
It
it
truly
doesn't happen.
shows
Yeah, Apple's totally going to release a VR
the
headset.
folly and also how much fun this game is because none of us really know anything, but like
Exactly.
we get to pretend that we do every year.
Exactly. And my bonus absurd prediction, Microsoft will buy Ubisoft. I was so close to getting this one.
Honestly,
You're
yeah,
a
you
little
were in
too
the
close.
realm. You were in the realm.
a little too close.
We
Too close
can't
for
let
comfort.
people make
Yeah, that was like-
bonus predictions that are too close to
Right.
reality.
That kind of prediction this year would be like a little too believable.
Yeah.
Microsoft buying Activision. Nobody
Yeah.
saw that coming.
That is in the realm of the absurd
Yes,
predictions.
a
that
realm
we're
of the
making,
2-point
yes.
prediction.
I know. Last year we thought that was absurd.
So it looks like it's a tie.
It's a tie. We've
It's a
got a tie,
tie.
ladies and gents.
We will be playing both Perfect Dark and StarCraft 2.
Yay!
Yeah. So we'll have to figure out our
I'm
figure
back,
out our
baby.
schedule for that.
Yeah,
that'll be
fun.
fun.
And
That'll
in
be
my view, I won because I believe that I should have gotten 3 points.
Right, there you go.
So I'm going to go ahead and enjoy feeling like I won.
Yeah, so
You got 2.5 points, Maddy.
Maddy, since you won, you can make us both play Perfect Dark. Congrats.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've never played Perfect Dark, and
Me
Jason,
neither.
I guess you'll have
Really?
to decide which campaign of StarCraft 2 that we're playing.
Well,
because
yes,
you had
that's
said it was
right.
going to be one of them.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. I mean,
Yeah,
if
we
you
can
guys
talk about
have
it
a
off air.
preference, we can talk about that after.
Figure
Okay,
out
cool.
timing,
All right,
etc.
so we'll go over like our full schedule for the year at some point soon once we figure it out.
As the one loser, I will just say congratulations to you both on
Thank
defeating
you.
me
Thank you.
personally. I have been defeated
Thank
by
you.
Jason and
Wow.
Maddy. Well
It's
done.
a good thing that you have a whole new slate of predictions to make and
Yeah.
see if
Yeah.
you can
Now's your
take
chance.
the throne once again. So now we're
All
going to go
right.
over our predictions for the coming year. Kirk, start us off with why don't you do predictions, then bonus, then game.
Okay,
Keep us
cool.
all in suspense. Let's go over the rules real quick. So I believe our rules are 1, no inside info, 2, nothing
Mm-hmm.
that's like already out there and reported in the ether by like a professional source, like trustworthy
Mm-hmm.
sources, 3, no delays, and 4, I guess, is just kind of a little bit hazy, but nothing incredibly obvious. But I think at this point we all kind of we know what we're doing. We're not going to make anything super obvious. All right,
Mm-hmm.
that's it. Kirk, take us away.
Okay, first prediction. Microsoft will not own Activision Blizzard at the end of 2023. This is a straight
Okay.
up or down one, and I'm saying down. They will not own Activision Blizzard. So that's the first one. Second, Nintendo will announce a Legend of Zelda movie.
I don't mind this for reasons
if
that
that
will
happens.
become clear later.
tease at the end of Mario. Smash Brothers tease at the end of Mario. The Smash Brothers initiative.
Not gonna predict any drug references in this.
Why not?
Number 3, someone will announce a game that is being written by an artificial intelligence. Yeah, all right.
Interesting.
Entirely?
Yeah, like well, I don't know entirely, like 100%.
I
but
almost feel like you're making this too hard for yourself, and I want to help you out. Like,
no, yeah, not 100%. Just
They
like a
use
game
an
where they're
AI.
like an artificial intelligence is like helping write this game, or it's like
But specifically writing, specifically the script.
yes, and not the art, right? Because like
Right.
I feel like that's already
That's already
like-
happening. How
that's
about-
almost too
how
easy
about-
of a prediction. Well, yeah, because that's probably already
like
happening.
a major game, because I feel like indies would do this as like a twine game just for fun, like have the
Mm-hmm.
chat bot. I'm just helping you make it work. Let's just
No,
say
I
it's a
think-
major game, and we can decide when we get there.
I don't think.
Yeah, like
I think
there will be a game that's being written by an AI or is written by an AI. Like I think we'll know whether or not that is
Okay.
a win or a loss.
It has to feel like a professionally released game as opposed to like, oh, I just put this on my website as a fun.
Yeah,
experiment.
exactly.
That's
all I'm
right.
saying.
Yeah, not just like someone builds a ChatGPT thing that. Like,
How about it's sold? Does that help that you have to pay money to buy it as opposed
that's
to a
a-
free thing?
that's tricky only because I don't know how monetization of
I mean,
AI
sure,
works.
but you can put things on itch.io so easily. I feel like that doesn't actually help either way with us determining whether.
I think
this is a
just with this
significant
prediction,
release.
because I also don't even know whether people can like sell things, like how that works. So let's just say a game that's written by an AI, like that'll be
Okay.
announced or it'll come out.
Okay,
Okay, next, Gabe Newell will retire as president of Valve.
interesting.
Wow. Okay.
I just I wanted to have a Valve prediction, but a kind of different one, so I picked that one.
I like that one. It feels like you have inside info, but I know
I
you
have
don't.
no inside
That's,
info on
well,
that.
that feels more plausible than them announcing a game. So
Exactly. I was kind of trying to like pick things that might come true this year rather than like Half-Life 3. And he's coming up on 60, I think. He's probably ready to just go like work on his knife collection full time.
I mean, I think he lives in New Zealand, so he's basically like half retired as it is. But yeah,
Right.
go
That
on.
was my thinking as the downside is that maybe he's like whatever, he doesn't have
What's
to
he
do that
even
much anyway,
doing
so
these
why not
days?
hang around?
Just putting
All right.
stamps on Steam decks and vibing.
And occasionally like posting on Reddit. Okay, next. Amazon will buy Roblox.
interesting. Very
This would
specific.
be I think that would be a really big acquisition, but I also felt like just predicting a big
It seems
acquisition
plausible
is kind
though.
of- yeah.
I like it. I'm
I went
rooting
back
for
and
you,
forth
Kirk.
around a lot of different possible ones.
You just got 0 predictions, so I'm feeling very endeared
yeah,
to you.
I feel like well, these are
I
these
feel like
are
we have to
stronger
let you
than
have
your
whatever
last
you
one.
want.
I put a lot of thought into these. I was trying
Yeah,
to
okay.
pick some.
What number are you up to?
That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is number 6.
Okay.
House will announce a sequel to Untitled Goose Game,
Ooh.
and it will feature both a goose and another animal.
Oh, I thought you were going to say and a gander.
Well, it might be a gander, but
be
I
a
didn't want to
gander.
be. I wanted to give myself a little wiggle room.
Could it be a second goose? Are we including that? It just needs to be a second animal character.
A second animal, yeah. I think it's going to feature a goose and something else.
That's fine. I'm fine with that prediction.
Okay. Spider-Man 2 will include a menu toggle for NPC puzzle suggestions.
Spider-Man 2
So
is what
this
you went
is-
with for this. Okay.
Does Spider-Man
Yeah,
even have puzzles?
Yeah, I was. Well, that's kind of my that's my thinking on this. So I could refine this a little bit and be like, instead of Spider-Man 2, it could be two games will include this. But I was thinking that given
Again,
that
I'm actually trying to make it easier.
Yeah, that
for
might
you
make
here.
things easier.
Okay,
for
let's say
you.
it's 2 games. 2 games.
Yeah, to just say like 2 AAA games.
Has that happened yet? Do some games already have that option?
They might. It's hard to know. It might.
I feel
be
like
that-
every time someone has insisted to me a game has it, it has turned out to not be true.
Right.
I can't think of a single example of it being true.
Yeah, I think there's like you can turn off hints, but that's not what I mean. I mean like it'll specifically be like turning off NPCs
The dialogue, yes.
suggesting
Telling
you, or I
you,
guess
yeah.
like your protagonist too. Like
I think you need to
suggesting
hit
the
that bottle
solution.
over there. Yeah,
Right.
that sort of thing.
Like
Yeah.
you need to freeze that thing to make that gear move, and you're like, oh my god, I just got here.
I think you're making that too. You're making it too hard on yourself by making it Spider-Man 2, because Spider-Man 2
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah,
really
yeah.
have
So
that
to-
many.
that's a good
that
change.
was my I was thinking that going in. I initially had it as 2 games, then I was like, well, maybe we'll make it Sony. So anyways, okay, so 2 games will include a menu toggle for NPC puzzle suggestions. That's what that is.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that's hard for you there is that 2 games like that, like this God of War style, have to come out this
Right.
year. But okay,
Right.
That's
right.
true.
Next up, FromSoft will announce an Elden Ring TV series.
I don't think that's going to happen, but sure.
Okay.
You never know.
Give us your numbers before each one.
That 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I didn't write down numbers, so
Got
7.
it.
That was number 8. Number
Okay.
9. Xbox Cloud Gaming will come to Nintendo Switch. Now, this is a prediction I made several years ago.
Yeah,
We're
this is
trying
an
not to
oldie but a
repeat
goodie.
predictions, but it might still happen, so I'm going to make
Okay.
it.
Okay.
And then number
I
10.
don't think it's going to happen, but go ahead.
Atlas will announce Persona 6, and the mascot character will be a dog. So really, the
Okay.
prediction is that the mascot character in Persona 6 will be a dog. Like,
Yeah,
and that'll
okay.
be like,
Right.
I think it'll count if they show the trailer and there's like a funny cartoon dog running around, like, and it's like, okay, it's going to be a dog. So that's my prediction, is that it's a dog. So those are my 10 predictions.
Wow.
And
Those are
then
pretty good.
my outlandish prediction is Disney will announce a video game console.
That's like
Because I don't think that will happen.
There's a
And if it did, it
0%
would
chance.
be crazy.
that happened.
Okay, so really quick, I'll just run down mine. Microsoft will not own Activision Blizzard at the end of 2023. Nintendo will announce a Legend of Zelda movie. Someone will announce a game, or a game will come out that's being written by an AI. Gabe Newell will retire as president, CEO. He has whatever his titles are of Valve. Amazon will buy Roblox. House will announce a sequel to Untitled Goose Game, and it will feature both a goose and another animal. 2 games will include a menu toggle for NPC puzzle suggestions. FromSoft will announce an Elden Ring TV series. And I mean, that's really just like there will be an Elden Ring TV series. If it's announced by Netflix or something, you know what I mean? Like FromSoft will announce this weird language.
Yeah. No, we'll
Yes,
freaking count
of
it.
course.
Don't worry
Yes,
about that.
Yes.
There will be an Elden Ring TV
Does
series.
not
It's
matter
actually
who
going to be
announces it.
not against FromSoft's permission. It's going to be crazy.
Unauthorized.
Netflix is
like,
making an unauthorized
"Fuck you, we're
Delta
doing
release.
it."
An unauthorized YouTube version does not count, but yeah.
Xbox Cloud Gaming will come to Nintendo Switch, and Atlas will announce Persona 6, and the mascot character will be a dog. And then, outlandish prediction, Disney will announce a video game console. And that's me.
I hope that happens.
Me too.
It'd
Because
be
I want to
funny
win.
and weird.
That would be so funny. Okay, Maddie, you're up. Oh wait,
Okay.
no, Kirk, your game. Your game.
Yeah,
Oh,
what's your
my
game?
game. My game will be one that I picked a couple of years ago that I still really want us to play on the show. My game is the Resident Evil 2 remake, which you both haven't played, and I want
It's
you both
true.
to play it for different reasons. Jason, because I want you to appreciate survival horror more, and Maddie, because I know you like Resident
just
Evil.
would enjoy it.
And I think
I
that you would
would
enjoy
enjoy
it,
it.
and it'd be fun to talk with you about it. So
Cool.
there
It
you
would be
go.
very
Resident
fun.
Evil 2 remake.
All right, Maddie, you're up.
Okay. Number 1. This is a repeat prediction. Princess Zelda will not be playable in Tears of the Kingdom. I try not to do repeat predictions, but this is one where I feel that I should have won 2 years ago.
And it's like definitely coming out, and we're definitely going to find out.
definitely coming
Yeah.
out. I'm so confident about this.
Right.
I will be
I like it.
vindicated. Number
Okay.
2. Nintendo will announce a movie or TV adaptation of another one of its games, e.g. a sequel to the Mario movie, a Metroid movie, a Legend of Zelda TV show, etc. I could narrow this more if you feel it's unfair.
Well, since Kirk's is so specific, it's only fair if you also do a specific one.
How about I do a specific one where I'm like, Nintendo will announce a Legend of Zelda movie, because Kirk said TV show.
Oh no, mine was movie.
Oh, then I'll do TV show. Just for fun.
Zelda TV show. Yeah, to make them different.
Oh, that's very fun.
I almost said TV show.
I think it's a little more fun if we don't have identical.
If they're a little different. Yeah. I like it.
All right, cool. Number 3. This one's kind of hard to word, so we're going to maybe argue over this. Facebook and Meta will make a significant pivot due to the failure of Meta to take off with anyone ever. E.g., shutter VR entirely, or acquire Twitter and lead hard into Twitter as the new metaverse. Or basically something else that indicates they've completely changed everything and they're not doing Meta as it is currently described.
Okay, I think that's a fair prediction, and
I think
change
their name.
No, they don't have to change their name. I think they're stuck with that, but I think they will have to insist that the metaverse isn't legless Zoom calls and is in fact
they moved
something
away
else
from VR and
totally
to
different.
I think that's like a pretty bold. That's a pretty
Yes.
bold prediction. So like I'm.
Is it
I'm
though?
cool with
Because
it.
they are scrambling.
Well, yes, but also they went really all in, and
I
Zuckerberg
know.
seems super committed to it. So like, yeah, it is a bold one only in thinking about it from his perspective.
Yeah,
so,
I think it's fair. It just has to be something really tangible, and we can.
This is
debate it
something that you two this year can similarly decide if
it's just them
tangible
canceling Horizon or something, like that's not enough. It needs to
That's
be
not what I'm envisioning.
pivot, like a company.
It has to be
pivot,
them saying. It really has to be a quote from Mark Zuckerberg being like, "Look, we're going in a new direction. This is not what we're doing anymore."
And it has to
Zuckerberg
be
being
like
"My
the
bad.
metaverse
Yeah, my
is
bad.
I beefed it on
this
that
now.
one.
Totally beefed it.
Okay,
We're
Mark
going back
Zuckerberg's
to
never going to
pictures
say
and
my
memes.
bad. I'm not agreeing to those terms. He's
No,
going to
but-
lie and
he's
say this
gonna
was
say
his
they're
plan
pivoting.
all along, but it'll be a
Right.
completely different thing.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what it is.
We'll
Okay,
allow
number
it.
4. Number 4, this is a very Kirk prediction, and I don't know why this made it in
I'm
my
already
final
in
list.
favor of it.
The Switch 2 will be announced and will be called the Super Nintendo Switch. I don't
Oh,
know why I wrote this down. Number
fun.
5.
all right.
The use of AI art will become normalized in game development to the extent that at least 3 major AAA studios will use it in a similar way to High on Life. I don't know if you two are familiar with the High on Life usage of it, but AI art was used for background images in the game. And Justin Roiland confirmed that. That's not just people noticing it. That's
Right.
for real something that happened.
They just are fully doing it. So it's at least 3 games will
Yeah,
fully
three
just
AAA
use
games.
it. Yeah, like big budget games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is going to happen at some point, but it's like whether it's like a dicey prediction for it to happen next year with 3 games, and I feel like, like that's okay with me.
So
I've got
okay,
backups
so
if you
here's
feel
where
like
you
this
can
isn't
get
fair.
into.
Yeah.
Well, you can get into a lot of technical nitty gritty
Yeah.
here because, like, technically AI has been used for years to like help fill in. Like, there's a term
Yes.
for it that's slipping my mind right now. But basically
Procedural
to help fill in
generation?
gaps. No. To help fill in, like, it's a very graphic, like technical art term to help like fill in spaces in certain images. Like AI is used. AI is sometimes
yeah, I
used
know
to
what you're talking
generate.
about.
Yeah, I don't mean proprietary AI tools that are already normalized in the game industry. I mean,
You mean
High
like
on Life
DALL-E or
used
whatever,
like
yeah.
DALL-E and similar programs to generate paintings that appear on the wall and posters that the player looks at
Right,
in rooms
right.
in the game. That is the usage of AI
I
art.
think
in
I
that
think I'm
game.
cool with this. When you think about it, like an AI just takes a bunch of art that it's seen and it makes new art, and I mean that's just what people do. So like the art in games is kind
Wow,
of
I've never
AI
heard that
art.
argument before.
Anyway.
I
It's-
think Kirk might be an AI. Kirk, are you
Just
are you
throwing that
cool?
one out there for
Is
you
Kirk
guys.
a sentient AI?
Little food for thought.
Wow. Okay.
Makes you think, doesn't it?
I feel like this is a situation where we're all saying it's obvious, and next year I'll be like, I lost this one. That's
Right.
how a lot of these
I don't
things
think
go.
it's
Yeah.
obvious necessarily, but I think you'll have to bring up specific examples.
Yeah, it'll be
I
a kind of a
will.
pain
Yeah,
to
like-
demonstrate, but that's on you. So that's
Yeah.
Yeah, I
if
don't
you're
know
up
why.
for
I
that,
don't
that's
know.
fine.
I don't
Yeah.
know why I chose that. Here's another one's going to be hard for me to prove. Number 6, Hogwarts Legacy will do a great job with queer representation, but will fumble the ball on fantasy racism, e.g., the Goblin Rebellion. I don't know how I would prove.
You have to make this more specific than fumble. the
Yeah,
ball.
that's too subjective
I
because that
know.
was a rule that Jason you didn't mention, but that we try to avoid subjective things.
I'm going to replace it. I'm going to replace it with a prediction that actually makes sense. Okay, here's a different prediction. 3 major games this year will be ones that we could reasonably call mom games rather than dad games. I have a definition of what a mom game is as well.
I think that's pretty self-explanatory, and I think
Okay,
that's
fair
a
enough.
prediction.
Yeah.
Cool. Number 7, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 will nod at the Spider-Verse and include Spider-Gwen as a playable character.
Oh shit. Okay, I like that prediction.
Playable makes it tough, so yeah, I think that's that's good.
Yeah. Number 8.
But it can't just be playable Gwen. It has to be Spider-Gwen.
No, it has to be Spider-Gwen. Yeah, and you're zipping around using spider powers because you're Spider-Gwen. Number 8, Twitter
that.
will continue to exist for the whole year.
I don't think that's...
I think Twitter will definitely exist for the whole year. So
Twitter
that's
is not gonna
two.
not
The chances of
exist.
Twitter not existing, that would be a wild prediction.
I think
but
a wild prediction might be that like Twitter stays
Won't
as
exist?
usable. No, Twitter stays as usable and like good as it is.
That's too hard to
arguably good,
determine.
Yeah.
yeah, I know.
I don't wanna have to
I don't
argue
think.
that.
I don't think you can do this one.
Yeah, because Twitter will
All right, I'm replacing it with one of my more boring predictions, which is one of the major video game corporations, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, Valve, will announce cloud gaming hardware in 2023, like an Xbox Cloud. Boring, but
So
it's a
that
prediction.
means like a like hardware with that can
Nothing. It's just a cloud gaming piece of hardware. So like the Stadia hardware, but like
Right.
Microsoft makes one.
Right.
Well, but
I will not
Stadia
include
isn't-
Amazon in this,
Stadia isn't hardware. It's just
but it included hardware, like included
Just
like
a
the Fire
controller.
like a
Stick.
controller.
no.
like
The
it's,
Fire Stick was just for launch. Like you didn't need that after the launch
it
period.
was a Chromecast, I
Yeah.
think, but there
Yeah,
was the controller
Chrome, yeah.
that you I think could use, but you didn't have to use. So yeah.
At
So I
first
guess
you
right.
have to
Let's
use it.
let's
What you're
specify the
saying is
language.
okay.
then.
So what you're saying
Yeah.
is that someone will create a service that's the equivalent to Stadia, not hardware. It's just like
Yeah,
a
but
platform,
like
a cloud gaming platform.
I don't mean like Xbox Xbox already has a service that's similar to Stadia.
Right.
I'm like they need to produce a hardware solution for people who don't own any
Okay.
video game stuff. So maybe that's like a cloud gaming.
Well, no, xCloud you
controller.
can just use on your phone or whatever.
Yeah.
I think to help you out here, Maddy, I think maybe saying a new entrant will create their own competitor to xCloud and Stadia.
All right, then I will say Sony or Nintendo or Valve will create a new cloud gaming competitor
Okay.
Sony or Nintendo. Okay.
to
I think that's fair.
xCloud.
Bing! Kirk here as I edit the episode, and there's a little adjustment to that prediction that Maddy wanted to make after the fact because we were all talking and we realized that PlayStation Now does exist, and it's kind of nebulously in the realm of an xCloud style game streaming service, but we're just going to take Sony out of the prediction. So the prediction is that either Nintendo or Valve will launch a streaming game service, and that's the prediction. Bing!
Cool. All right. Number 9. Netflix will release an exclusive game for its mobile app that becomes extremely successful on the scale of Pokemon Go or Genshin Impact.
Okay.
I
Let's
think I'm the only one who played Point P this year. That's the Netflix game. Really fun
Yeah.
game. Not successful on the scale of Pokemon Go, but
You
Right.
need something. You need a hard number or something here because successful is a little bit subjective. Unless you really want to say like it has to be a cultural phenomenon like Pokemon Go, which is a very
that's
What
what
if
I'm
it's
saying.
like-
Because I predicted that. I predicted that prediction in the past and won it in the past. So
Right.
I'm basically saying I think Netflix will make a good mobile game.
Right.
well, but there's a difference between good and like cultural phenomena. Like Pokemon
All right, I'm trying
Go,
to think like what a metric for that is.
I'm trying to help you out here, Maddy. That only comes like once every few years. Like it's something like Pokemon
Yeah.
Go.
I know. But also it doesn't because like Genshin Impact's a huge deal now. Like
Yeah,
we
and
still
that's
cover it
only
constantly.
a few years. It's like Pokemon Go. Then a few years later, Genshin Impact. Like it's very rare to have a cultural phenomenon type game.
Among Us, also a thing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
also
I feel like mobile gaming is kind of having a moment.
if it's exclusive to a Netflix app, it's never going to happen. I'm just trying to help you out. I'm doing the opposite of what
So
I-
you play those games through the Netflix app, like on your phone?
You download them from the Netflix app and then you just play them normally.
normally.
Yeah, but nobody in the world is going to be like, oh, I'm going to get this hot new game by downloading the Netflix app and then downloading a game. It would pretty much have to. You know what? I should stop helping you out. Okay. If you want to make a tough
maybe.
prediction.
But I think that makes it a kind of a, like a less likely thing to happen. So
no,
like
I think it's impossible to happen regardless. Like I think you should
It's
set
fine.
a
I
level.
just won.
Well, then you should be supporting this, Jason.
Sure, go for it. Okay.
I mean, if it happened, it'd be like, oh, cool, wow, unexpected thing, and that's like a fun type of prediction.
I just think the next Pokemon or Genshin is just so unlikely. But okay.
Well, you're saying like it would be a big successful game. It doesn't have to like have more users than Genshin Impact.
No, Maddy is saying it has to be a cultural phenomenon.
So read back the prediction just so I can be clear on what it is.
I mean, okay, Netflix will release an exclusive game for its mobile app that becomes extremely successful on the scale of Pokemon Go or Genshin Impact. I'm really pinning myself in.
Yeah,
here.
it's super hard, but yeah, if you want to keep it, go for it.
Cool.
I don't have that many more backup predictions.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
Number 10. This isn't going to happen either. There will be a video game announced or even released where playing it involves also the use of a household smart tech item. So like a horror game that taps into like your Samsung smart fridge and like makes it make scary noises and shit.
It's a fun idea.
I just think someone should do that. Like, isn't that a good idea? Like, that'd be fucking terrifying.
Yeah, it's a good
And like the Alexa already has games on it. So like there's the potential there. I'm just
So you're
saying.
playing and it's like, your milk is spoiled.
Yeah, I just think that would be
It gets
really
colder
sick.
and colder in your house because there's a ghost.
Yeah, it also breaks your smart devices. I don't know, just some ideas.
Oh, man.
My bonus crazy prediction is that Cloud and Sephiroth will kiss. Specifically in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, but I'm going to say all Final Fantasy VII, anything canonical, because I'm not
Sure.
sure if Rebirth will actually come out this year.
Right,
But,
what I like,
that's-
the thing that makes that the most outlandish prediction is that it is predicting that FF7 Rebirth will
I
actually
know.
come out.
That's the less likely part of that prediction.
Okay,
and my
I love
game
it.
for
I
the
love
bet
it.
is Super Metroid, because
Yeah.
I love you guys, and I just think we should play something fun.
It's a
Beautiful.
good game. It's a good video game.
All right, nice.
I
Jason's
am up
turn.
last. Okay, so, or Maddy, do you want to do a quick recap of your predictions?
Oh, yeah,
just so
yeah,
people hear
sure.
them all?
1, Princess Zelda will not be playable in Tears of the Kingdom. 2, Nintendo will announce a Zelda TV show. 3, Facebook and Meta will make a significant pivot due to the failure of Meta to take off with anyone ever. 4, the Switch 2 will be announced and will be called the Super Nintendo Switch. 5, the use of AI art will become normalized in game development to the extent that at least 3 major AAA studios will use it in similar ways to High on Life. 6, 3 major games this year will be ones that we could reasonably call mom games. 7, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 will nod at the Spider-Verse and include Spider-Gwen as a playable character. 8, Sony or Nintendo or Valve will create a new cloud gaming competitor to xCloud. 9, Netflix will release an exclusive game for its mobile app that becomes extremely successful. 10, there will be a video game announced or even released involving a household smart tech item like the Samsung smart fridge, etc. Bonus outlandish prediction, Cloud and Sephiroth will kiss in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth or in Final Fantasy VII canon.
In canon
And-
some way.
My game, Super Metroid. That's
Hell
that.
yeah.
When Square announces a Final Fantasy dating sim, you're going to be like, yeah. all right.
Yes. But why would that be canon? I feel like even if they did that, they'd be like, it's not canon. I'd be like,
It's not
damn it.
It can be a dream in canon.
It can be a dream.
Like,
Yeah, it can be a dream. I just mean they're going to kiss.
it happens in the game, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Cloud had a dream about kissing Sephiroth.
Yeah, well, because if you dream about something as Sephiroth, it's also really happening because he can do that with like his weird mind powers.
Okay, my turn. I am going to go over my predictions and the bonus in the game. All right, number 1. At least 3 Final Fantasy games will come out, not counting ports. So right now there's Final Fantasy 16 is announced for June, and then
Right.
Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth is announced for winter of next year. So I'm saying that those
Another
2
one will.
will come out
Right.
plus a third Final Fantasy game of some sort. So it could be one of the rumored things like the Tactics remaster.
This needs to be an
or
so this
9
could be a
remake.
remaster.
So it
But
could be
it
a
can't
remaster.
be a
It does
port.
not count the pixel remasters, which are ports,
Yeah.
because those had already come out. Final Fantasy remaster would count. Final Fantasy 9 remake would count, and another option that we don't know about would count. And then also Rebirth would have to make it. So it's a difficult prediction because Rebirth
Right.
has to
Rebirth
come out
isn't
in the
gonna
year,
come
too.
out.
That's fine,
Right,
yeah.
because
Yeah,
that
that's
could be January,
Because
February. All right.
that you've got 2 different avenues of difficulty.
So three Final Fantasy games. Number 2, So this one, well, all right, I'll read it and then we can discuss. Someone will put out a video game created largely by AI, is what I wrote down, which is similar to what you guys had talked about, although I was thinking that like the game itself, like the design and the programming would also be like in part created by AI. So mine is a little bit, I guess,
It's
more
harder.
loftier, I suppose.
Yeah, it's a little harder than mine. So it's basically like if you get yours, I would also get mine.
Yeah,
but like yours is harder to get.
Well, not necessarily if the writing isn't by AI or there's no writing in the game.
Okay, yeah, that's true, I suppose.
Oh, so you're saying like the design is somehow done.
I'm saying it could be any part of it, but the concept is that like it's largely created by AI. So it's not like AI did a small part of this thing that was mostly made by humans.
Okay,
it's more like mostly made by.
It's a slightly different version of our predictions. We each have ones that could come true independently.
It's funny that we all have AI ones.
And that they kind of work separate from one another.
Yeah.
Number 3, Civilization 7 will be announced.
Oh.
Civilization 7.
Okay, is there like, can you add anything
And
to
come
that?
out. Let's say and come out in the same year.
Okay.
And come out, sure. Yeah, that's never going to happen.
I mean, you know.
She
It'll
said
be announced
confidently.
and come out next year. Yep.
Okay. Civ 7
great.
announced
Sure.
and will come out.
It's been 7 years since the last Civ game, so
Yeah, it
I
has.
feel
That's why I'm
confident
like,
that it's
it needs
time.
something.
Yeah, I'm
'Cause
announced
it does
it,
seem
so-
like they're going to
Surprised it hasn't
announce
been
it at some point.
Number 4, Nintendo will announce and release a brand new 3D Mario game. So they will announce a 3D Mario game and release it the same year.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Number 5, Dragon Age 4 will not come out. So this is a game that has been like pegged for 2023. People think
I don't
it's
think
supposed
that
to
game's
come out.
ever going to come out.
Yeah, that's
game
a
has
little
had
easy.
such
I mean,
a
or that's.
troubled-
I feel like my gripe with it, just gut level gripe with it, is that seems like by far the most likely thing that will happen is that it won't come out.
As opposed to it actually coming out.
Yeah, that would be surprising.
Well, because it doesn't even have a release date, does it?
No, but there were reports that it was targeting
but
No,
like,
it's not
there's
gonna
no
come out.
way,
Summer or
especially because
something.
they have no incentive to come out in this super crowded year. And
Yeah,
like,
hit us with a backup.
who even knows? Yeah.
Okay, it's just gonna be funny when it's like announced and comes out, and you guys are like, "Oh, well, we
absolutely.
gave that one
but
away."
that's always how this is.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that.
Number 5, EA will be acquired.
Okay, EA will be acquired.
That's my backup.
Sure.
The reason this is much harder is because in this economic climate, there are going to be way
I
fewer
agree.
acquisitions than last year at this time.
It could happen, but yeah, it's unlikely. I agree.
Yeah, it's going to be it's a tough
Yeah,
one.
I mean, it makes me think that my Amazon buying Roblox acquisition is like
No,
pretty
I feel
hard
like
because it's
that's
so specific
good,
on both ends.
though.
But it whatever.
Because it makes sense
It's
for
fine.
Amazon and what they're doing right now.
And Amazon is one company that does have infinite seeming
Yes,
money. So
they
maybe
sure do.
It's yeah. Okay, EA will be acquired.
EA will be acquired. Number
It's
6.
a thing that could certainly happen, but it could also not happen. So it's a good prediction.
Number 6, Tony Soprano will come to Multiverses. the fighting game.
I love it.
Game.
Yes,
love
because you've
this.
been wanting that to happen since the game came out.
I hope that happens.
And he like eats a sub and then
He eats some gabagool and then
right,
has a
he
panic
like
attack.
calls in Polly Walnuts to punch the guy. He doesn't
Yeah.
actually fight.
Yeah, he doesn't fight. He stands up. No, he does some fighting in the show. Number
true,
7. One of the major sports games, such as Madden, EA's new soccer franchise, or NBA 2K, et cetera, will switch to a 2-year cycle. So they will say, so this could either mean they skip this year, or it could mean they say this year, we're releasing this game and then skipping next year. So it doesn't have to mean they skip this year. It just means the 2-year cycle has to be announced this year.
That's the thing. It's not just that they don't
that's
come
fine.
out for a
That
year.
they're
It's that they say we're
officially
moving to a
Say
implementing.
we're
cycle.
moving to a 2-year cycle.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
that could
sure.
definitely happen, but
It doesn't
it
have
could
to
also
be
not
a.
happen.
It doesn't have to be a permanent thing. It could be like we're skipping next year to allow the franchise to develop more, whatever. It doesn't have to be like we're permanently moving because they wouldn't say it that
Oh,
way.
well, because they
say-
wouldn't say. Just
Oh, well,
it's
yeah.
the same as Maddie's prediction for this
Yeah,
year.
they would
right?
say Madden is
Within
skipping
reason.
next year.
Yeah. Let's not
Yeah.
screw ourselves the way I screwed myself. I get what you're saying.
Right.
Okay, number 8. PlayStation boss Jim Ryan will either step down or be asked to resign.
I almost
Or
predicted
fired or
this.
whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I think this could definitely happen. Like but I almost predicted this. It's a good prediction and it might not. So
Yeah,
Because who the hell
it's a
knows
prediction,
what will happen in corporate boardrooms?
How would we make this harder? Does it have to be because
you
he's
don't have
canceled?
to make it harder. It's a tough prediction.
Yeah, it's already an up or down
All right,
prediction
sure,
that may or
fine.
may not
I'll
happen.
allow
So
it. I'll
I could
allow it.
totally see it happening. It's a good prediction because I was almost like, instead of Gabe, I almost predicted that. But anyways, yes, that's fine.
Number 9, The Legend of Zelda will finally get Lego sets.
Interesting. There are no Lego sets?
People have wanted this for
Yeah, there's no
decades,
Lego sets?
and there are no
Wow.
Legend of Zelda Lego sets, and people have wanted them for years and years. And years.
Yeah. I'm kind of
sure.
surprised.
All
I didn't
right.
even realize that.
Yeah,
Okay,
well,
cool.
it's number 10. Bungie will announce and release a new game. So
The
not
end
Destiny.
release is
The
the
end
thing
release
that
is the
makes
hard
this
part.
work.
Yeah.
So yeah, and
Yeah.
this is not based on any inside information since you are someone with many sources in
Nope.
Bungie. Okay.
I mean, I know that Bungie is working on something else, and I know what it is, but I have no idea when they'll announce and release it.
I mean, because it is a little just that you have so much knowledge of the studio. Like
It's not
I know,
inside.
but-
Well, but the inside info has nothing to do with the timing.
Okay.
That's what
I'll
I'm
take your
saying.
word for it.
Yeah. I swear to God, I have no idea when it's planned for, no idea what the release schedule is or anything like that, or when they plan to announce it. I just know they're working on something else.
Right, which is kind of common knowledge at this point, even though you know more about it than most people.
Yeah. It's not
Yeah.
like a secret. Yeah, it's not a secret that they're doing. I think it's even been rumored that it's
Yeah.
out there floating around. If you Google Bungie other game, you'll probably find it somewhere. Anyway, so that's the 10. Bonus, my wild prediction. This is a fun one. Get ready. Hogwarts Legacy will include some sort of subtle Easter egg that's an FU to J.K. Rowling. So not just a pro-trans thing, but like an actual straight-up
This
FU
is too likely.
to J.K.
I
Rowling.
think this is like
no.
a real
This is
Yeah, because I think a lot of people who are working on the game are angry with her.
Yeah, and you think that it's gonna make it into the game that she's
could.
like,
You're
her
saying
people
a
are
subtle
working
Easter
on?
egg. Yes, I do think so.
But I don't even think maybe remove subtle, like something that everyone interprets as like, wow, this game is saying like fuck you, J.K. Rowling, like a character who like has transphobic views and is like ostracized or something
But,
like
like,
straight up.
Yeah, the thought that I have though is like a broader thought, and that's just that I'm already thinking of this along the lines of a regular prediction, when it should be like
It needs to
this
be
should be
crazier
like
than that.
ridiculous. Like it should be like I don't even know, like something completely beyond the realm
Okay,
of possibility.
Hogwarts Legacy will hide a message somewhere in it that says "fuck you, J.K. Rowling."
The
Specifically
words,
those
"Fuck
words.
you,
Those
J.K.
words,
Rowling."
people
Okay,
will
great.
find
Yeah,
that
that's fine.
hidden in Hogwarts
okay.
Legacy
Okay.
somewhere.
That's fine.
Okay, that's more along the lines of what I'm talking about.
But it counts if people like crack into the code base and like found it in a
Yeah.
comment or something like that.
Fuck
It has to be
J.K.
somewhere.
But
in
it
the
has to be those words.
game. Those words. Fuck you,
Yeah.
J.K. Rowling. Yep.
Screw you. We won't accept it.
Yep.
No, it's got to be vulgar.
Just warning you.
Fuck you. If it's J.K. Rowling is
Gotta be the
like a
F-bomb.
bigot, if it's like
Nope.
a bigot
Yeah.
or
Not
something,
good
then it
enough.
doesn't count. It has to be fuck
No.
you, J.K. Rowling.
Okay, specifically that. All
Okay,
right.
and my game is The Witness.
Yeah.
Puzzle,
I'm excited.
brilliant puzzle game that
Wouldn't be mad at playing this. Never
I
have.
enjoy quite a bit, and then
Yeah, I only played a little bit of
us
it,
to
and
play.
I think that'd be really fun to talk about. So, hell
All
yeah.
right, quick recap. Number 1, at
Yes.
least 3 Final Fantasy games will come out, not counting ports. 2, someone will put out a video game created largely by AI. 3, Civ 7 will be announced and come out. 4, Nintendo will announce and release a brand new 3D Mario game. 5, EA will be acquired. 6, Tony Soprano will come to Multiverses. 7, one of the major sports games will switch to a 2-year cycle. 8, Jim Ryan will be fired or step down. 9, The Legend of Zelda will finally get Lego sets. 10, Bungie will announce and release a new game. Bonus, Hogwarts Legacy will say, fuck you, J.K. Rowling.
Great.
Wonderful.
All right.
Great stuff.
What an adventure this has been. So to recap, we will be playing Perfect Dark 2010 and
Yay!
StarCraft 2 also from 2010 at
Really?
some point in the near future. Yep.
Wow. 2010 vibes.
2010
Yeah.
vibes. And for now, why don't we take a break and then we'll come back with one more thing.
My fellow graduates, for 500 episodes, my podcast, The JV Club with Janet Varney, has gathered story after story of all the scandalous things we've done throughout our childhoods. Wait, what's happening? Stories like how Jamila Jamil survived a horrific house party and she was on crutches.
great.
Or how Hal Lublin learned a Shakespearean monologue in his pajamas.
This is not the speech we approve.
Without your love and life tragedies, there would be no podcast. In fact, I have an exclusive look at how Maggie Lawson's mom confronted her after a sneaky basement meetup with her crush.
Spill the tea, JV.
Security.
Listen to the JV Club with Janet Varney, Thursdays on Maximum Fun. Class of Forever.
Hey, that's Ben.
And that's Adam.
And together we host a show called Greatest Trek on Maximum Fun that covers all of the new Star Trek shows. Lower Decks, Strange New Worlds, Picard, Prodigy, Discovery, and any other Star Trek show Paramount throws at us.
Come check it out for our funny and formative recaps of all the new stuff the Star Trek industrial complex churns out. It's in your podcatcher every Tuesday.
Subscribe to Greatest Trek. It's a new Star Trek podcast from the makers of The Greatest Generation.
And we are back. Kirk, Maddy, it is time for one more thing. Maddy, take us away.
Sure. So I've been playing a video game on my Steam Deck, and that video game is called Metroid Prime. And I'm so happy that I finally did this.
I'm happy you did too.
Really hadn't gotten that far down the track of putting emulated games on my Steam Deck, but my retro game loving coworker Chris Grant DM'd me and was like, "Hey, did you know that you can do this?" There's a whole
there's this
article
Verge
on theverge.com about
there's a
precisely
big
how
Verge
to set it
article
up.
about making this work.
And I've been doing this, and it's really fun. And here are some instructions on how you can do it if you have the ISO file for Metroid Prime, which of course I have.
You should note here, by the way, for all the narcs out there, that you own a copy of the game legitimately, and therefore this is legal.
I own Metroid Prime legitimately in
Yes.
multiple formats and copies on multiple discs. I own
At this
the
point,
original
like, we each own, like,
GameCube
5
version.
copies
Like
of
I own multiple versions of every Metroid game.
We'll soon
I
own the Switch game
own
whenever that comes out.
This
the Switch
version of Metroid, the original. I'm holding up a cart.
Wow,
anyway,
yes.
the original Metroid. Anyway,
Nice.
I own every version of Metroid many times over. So don't worry about that. They've gotten my money, and goodness knows, if Nintendo ever decides to put the Metroid Prime trilogy on the Switch, I will buy it again.
Oh yeah.
But they're taking their damn time.
They are.
And
They
there
are.
is this emulation tool called Prime Hack that has adapted the trilogy to be very easily emulatable. Again, if you have the ISO file, they're assuming you own it. And it's really great. It's a really great version of the game. It sands off a lot of the weird edges. There were some weird issues with the crosshair being kind of annoying in the first game, and the adaptations used the Wiimote. You had to point it at the screen to aim. It was very difficult. You can do that with a mouse and keyboard if you want to play it on PC, or in my case, you can just play it on the Steam Deck. And I am almost done with Metroid Prime 1, which I did not expect to happen.
Oh wow.
I
You've been hitting
played
it.
a lot of it and couldn't stop because I really love Metroid Prime. And
So
I'm
you're just not gonna? Are you gonna play the new one?
Just
Even though
knocking
you
it out.
just played, like if Nintendo announces a new
Of
remake
course,
one,
Maddie.
you're just gonna
Of course.
You're
replay
talking
it
to
in a
Maddie
couple
Myers.
Of course I
love
am.
it.
First of
I
all,
love it.
Metroid Prime isn't that long. And also,
Yeah.
I've already like replayed it by accident because this is an old game and there's no save states. So I lost a couple hours of progress because I forgot to save, and then I just played them again, and I was like, that's fine. That's fine.
Amazing.
I've done it
Love
all
it.
before.
Love it.
I'm having a great time. I really recommend doing this, especially if you're a listener who's never played Prime before. They're kind of tricky to get a hold of. So I recommend this as a way, but please buy the ISO. I don't advocate not doing that. But
buy
it's
the
really
game.
fun. Fun video game.
Nice. It is
Cool.
a good game.
Kirk, what's your one more thing?
My one more thing is a YouTube documentary. It is 90 minutes long and incredibly well produced. I watched this at the advice of friend of the show, Justin McElroy, who just sent it to me and was like, this is some extremely Kirk Hamilton shit. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to watch this. And I'm so glad I did. It was incredible. So what it is a Defunctland documentary called Disney Channel's Theme, A History Mystery. And it was just an absolutely wonderful, fascinating odyssey into the history of the Disney Channel theme from the mid-2000s, which I'm a little bit too old for that era of the Disney Channel. I never really watched the Disney Channel, even when it was a TV channel, like when I was younger in the 90s. But in the 2000s, I was out of college. I mean, I was not watching Lizzie McGuire. So this wasn't really, it wasn't really a thing that I was aware of. But there's this little stinger that played during all of the interstitial, like the teasers that come after, you're done watching. You're going to commercials, but there aren't commercials on the Disney Channel. So it's like you're going to all the additional stuff and the cross promotion of other Disney things and the cool little interstitials. And it's, the people stand with the wand and they draw the Mickey Mouse ears. If you see it, you'll at least remember it, because I never watched the Disney Channel and I remember it. So during those sequences, it's always the actors from the shows High School Musical and Lizzie McGuire or whatever. There's this stinger and it's like bum 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 bum, and it's just 4 notes. It's like a major key DSE, right?
That sounds like Mighty Mighty Bosstones, the impression.
That's what everybody says, and that comes up in the documentary because it's the same notes as the beginning of the riff from the impression that I get by the Mighty Mighty Bosstones. But so what this becomes is the host of Defunctland, whose name is, I believe, Kevin Perjurer.
Yeah.
And hosts this.
Is he a perjurer?
He uses a voice modulator on all of his content. And
yes, and you never see his face.
ThePurge.com, spelled Perj, like his last name is his website. I have also coincidentally been watching a lot of Defunctland, so it's very
funny.
weird to me that Kirk is talking about Defunctland this week.
Well, this is my first interaction with Defunctland.
Does he perjure himself in all his documentaries?
He does not, at least not on this one.
No, but he does kind of make fun of his name in the sense that ThePurge.com is his website.
Yes,
but
yes.
Yeah, he's a very detail-oriented YouTuber.
Yes.
is perhaps a good way to describe his content.
And Defunctland is generally about like defunct amusement parks and
Yes,
amusement
that's
park
right.
attractions. Is that right? Okay, so
And
I have not watched
Defunctland is the name of the
any-
fictional amusement park that he imagines he will put every
see.
defunct ride that he's been documenting on his
I
YouTube channel.
see. Okay. So it's definitely like the work of a sort of obsessive historian /
Yes.
investigator. And that's the narrative of this 90-minute story, which I will not spoil because it is spoilable. And also just fabulous. I mean, it's like a great story about art and about practical art, about the musicians and artists who make things like the interstitial sequences that played in 90s and 2000s era Disney Channel content, which is like, all of these amazingly talented people were just cranking out this stuff for Disney kind of anonymously under the aegis of like some big, production house that's like a third party outside house that gets hired, which like I know people who work for those houses and have always been fascinated in that kind of work, like LA's session work and stuff. This gets into that, but it's also it's a history of the Disney Channel, which I didn't really know and was fascinating. And then it just winds up being a personal story about the different people who worked together at this time period. He tracks down like everyone and talks to them. It's also just really well produced and funny. I can't recommend it enough. It's a great way to spend 90 minutes. And I'm so impressed. It's a little overwhelming that stuff of this quality just exists on YouTube. I mean, that's
Yeah.
where we're at these days with independent creators.
I mean, he has a Patreon, and he has been doing it for years. But I really recommend his channel. It's very good, very well done.
Yeah, like he's on Patreon. He's making money off of this and doing well. But it's still like the fact that this is. I mean, there's a team of people that worked on it.
Yes,
it's not just
of
one
course.
person. But it still is on the level of a documentary you'd see, wherever. Like it's really impressively done. And just seeing it, having not even heard of it until a friend of mine just sent it and was like, "Watch this," and then it just makes me realize, like, God, there's probably like 30 things like that came out this year that I haven't watched, which is a little overwhelming. But anyways, it's really good. I wanted to recommend it to anyone out there who thinks that sounds interesting. And so that's Defunctland's Disney Channel's theme, A History Mystery. And we'll link it in show notes.
Awesome.
Cool. All right. My one more thing, real quick, is a book called The Man Who Died Twice by Richard Osman. This is the sequel to The Thursday Murder Club.
I have read this
which
book as well.
I talked about last year. I just started reading this. I've made a kind of a New Year's resolution to myself to read more books this year because after a book-filled 2021, I read like an embarrassingly low number of books in 2022.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Why? Did anything change about your life in that year that caused that?
Not that I know of.
Maddy, you know what the answer to that is? You probably think the answer to that is that I had a new child. It is not. The answer to that is that the Steam Deck came out.
You know what? That's a totally
That's what changed in
fair,
my life.
real answer
Yeah, no, I mean,
that I
same,
completely
same.
understand.
No,
I do
seriously,
play
because
Steam Deck instead
all
of
of my
reading.
all of my reading time is in bed before
Is in
bed,
visual novels and JRPGs,
Right,
and
right.
we're still
Citizen
reading.
Sleeper, and yeah.
Nah, it's been Switch and Steam Deck games. So instead, I made a resolution to myself to be like, no, I'm going to read more books this year. which I'm usually an avid reader, so this won't be a problem. Anyway, this book is a sequel to The Thursday Murder Club. There's a third book also that just came out.
I know.
He's cranking
I'm
these
so
out.
excited.
Thursday Murder Club was this awesome book about this group of octogenarians who solve mysteries for fun. They like go through the newspaper and like find cold cases and stuff. And then, of course,
some of them are septuagenarians, but
that's true. And they wind up in a real life murder mystery. And this book, of course, is the same thing. This one spends a lot of time. I haven't finished it. I'm about halfway through. This one spends a lot of time focusing on one of the four main characters, Elizabeth, who is a former MI5 agent and is now this just badass 80-year-old super spy lady who is just the best character. And so this book explores her past a little bit more and dives into some really cool mystery stuff, and extremely enjoyable. It's just a really good series for a couple of reasons. One, because the characters are so good and so unexpected and so charming and full of warmth and heart and character. But two, because it's very good at just like setting up schemes. And I love a good scheme book. Love a good book about Rube Goldberg type effects. And just read through this part where the main cast is working together to take revenge on someone for doing something bad. And they concoct a fun little scheme. So yeah, I'm just really enjoying it. Once again, The Man Who Died Twice by Richard Osman. But don't read that until you've read the first book. Go out and read The Thursday Murder Club, and then you can get to this one. And then I'm sure I'll be talking about the third one in a few months once I get through that. So really enjoying that book.
I know we've gone long, and I won't spoil anything, but just because I finished this book and absolutely loved it, I will. My thoughts on it, just very briefly, are that it's a direct sequel in a way I thought was interesting. Like, it really takes the events of the first book and builds on them. Since Joyce was new to the group in the first book, and then now she's like an established part of the group.
And her dynamic with Elizabeth is incredible.
Joyce and Elizabeth are the best pairing. And I think it's very smart that it goes more into Elizabeth's backstory, since she's the character that her backstory lends itself most to this kind of thing. And then it allows him to do over and over again this very English but very fun thing of the normal competency of good English folk up against the like conniving, spies and liars and all the people from Elizabeth's backstory, and like seeing those two things bounce together is very fun. And honestly, in the end, I thought that it was stronger than the first book. Like, the mystery, which you will see, and I will say nothing else about, is really, really good. And it continues. I think actually the like unsung or strongest thing about this series is the compassion and interest that it has in the lives and inner thoughts of elderly people, which I just think it's really beautiful over and over and over again. The way that mortality is always there, not in a like morose bummer way, but just in a way that really it's like, he's not an elderly man, Richard Osman, but I think he puts you in that mind space in a way that's so cool for me, especially as someone whose parents are like in their 70s and getting pretty old. And, I think about that kind of thing more and more, and I really get a lot out of that. Like, I think it's a beautiful thing about these books that is sort of on a different level than all the fun whodunitness. Anyways, we're over. I could talk about this book forever. I'm excited for you to finish, and I want to know what you think when you finish.
Agreed. Yes, I'll text you when I finished. All right, cool. That is it for this week's episode. Once again, we'll be playing StarCraft 2, Perfect Dark. Very excited to dive into both of those.
2010, here we come.
Yeah, let's start.
Here we
now
go.
We start. Yeah, 2010. Happy 2010,
Excited
guys.
for a new year. 2010.
Excited for 2010 predictions.
The 2010s are going to be great, you guys. Nothing's going to go wrong. It's going to be awesome. We're going to be on Twitter having fun. It's going to be great.
Nothing's going to happen in 2020 that
taking this new job writing about video games.
All right. 2016 gonna be a great year. First female president.
Nothing will happen bad at all. It'll still be the best.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Triple Click is produced by Jason Schreier, Maddy Myers, and me, Kirk Hamilton. I edit and mix the show and also wrote our theme music. Our show art is by Tom DJ. Some of the games and products we talked about on this episode may have been sent to us for free for review consideration. You can find a link to our ethics policy in the show notes. Triple Click is a proud member of the Maximum Fun Podcast Network, and if you like our show, we hope you'll consider supporting us by becoming a member at MaximumFun.org/join. Find us on Twitter at TripleClickPod, send email to tripleclick@MaximumFun.org, and find a link to our Discord in the show notes. Thanks for listening. See you next time.
MaximumFun.org.
Comedy and culture.
Artist owned.
Audience supported.